Hi there, my name is Dr. Mark Morris. I've been an online nutrition coach for the last decade, and today I'm going to show you everything you need to know about becoming a nutrition coach. Starting with, why do people become nutrition coaches? If there's one thing that sets nutrition coaches apart from any other type of coach or health professional, it's passion. They love nutrition and fitness. It's made a huge impact on their own lives, and they love helping others. So it only makes sense to share that with other people. And the fact that they can make a career out of it, or at least even a side hustle, is just a bonus. And the people that they can help, they're already all around them. See, for a lot of nutrition coaches, they are the go-to person in their social circle. And this is known to the people all around them. Coworkers trying diet after diet, but never really sticking to something. Or friends looking up to them, asking them about their results and being curious and basically begging them for help. And unfortunately, family members and partners getting sick and suffering because they've never really been taught how to eat properly. This is where it starts for a lot of new and aspiring nutrition coaches, and where you have the most impact in your own community. But it doesn't need to stop there. The internet has allowed us to be more connected than ever before, so technically you can work with people from across the world. And it's this mixture of passion, income, and flexibility that makes so many people become nutrition coaches, and that's what I'm going to detail today. And the best news is, if you're hearing this and thinking, maybe I should become a nutrition coach, there is still room for you, and today I'm going to show you how. Before we get too far though, let me show you where most nutrition coaches struggle to get started. Because after training hundreds of nutrition coaches and personally building my own nutrition coaching business, here's what I struggled with and what I personally wish I would have known before I started. Where most nutrition coaches struggle is learning how to apply their knowledge. If you're passionate about nutrition, you've probably done a lot of self-study. You've read all the books, you've watched all the YouTube videos, and you've done a lot of the hard work figuring this stuff out for yourself. You know a lot, but making the leap to helping others can be difficult because you don't always know how to apply that knowledge. You don't have a step-by-step process to set someone up on a nutrition plan. You don't know how to assess what's holding them back and help them through roadblocks or how to check in with them, even though you know a lot about nutrition. But here's the deal. As a nutrition coach, you're not in the knowing business. You're in the getting people to do things business. This is how people will get results. This is how they'll transform. And ultimately, this is what people are going to pay you for. So you need a system to be able to do this, and it all comes down to application. Now, what most traditional learning opportunities do in this space, like basic nutrition certifications, is they teach you everything you may need to know about the science of nutrition, how the body processes nutrients and what different foods are made up of, and what makes various goals different when it comes to nutrition. They give you a lot of stuff that you may need to know, but no real way to apply it, which leaves you pretty confused about where to start. So what ends up happening is that you treat each and every client completely differently, and you never really get that constant repeated work. You don't develop confidence because you never do things the same way. There's just not enough reps within your coaching system. Speaking of reps, let's think about it this way. Let's think about you learning how to do the barbell back squat. If you're learning how to do the squat and you treat each and every rep differently, every rep you're thinking about doing something different and you're focusing on a different aspect of it, it's never going to be the same. You're never going to build consistency in your squat. It's never going to become natural. Nutrition coaching is the same way. Passion is essential and knowledge is great, but without a coaching system, neither of those two things really mean much. Okay, but you may be thinking, how do I even get this? What do I need? Are there any prerequisites? Let's talk about how do I become a nutrition coach. This may surprise you, but technically you don't need credentials. You don't need a certification or a degree. But you're gonna want them because you need to know what you're talking. Your clients' results will depend on it, and after all, we are dealing with people's health. This leads many people to search out nutrition certifications, and there are some really good ones, many of which I reviewed on this channel. When you're considering a nutrition certification, you wanna think about, how long is this gonna take for me to complete? How much is it gonna cost? What is this going to teach me? And at the end of the certification, what am I going to be able to do? With the last one being the most important, because the knowledge that these certifications deliver and how they apply that knowledge to working with clients, if at all, is going to vary. Now, before I get into how to pick the right certification, I do want to tell you that enrollment in the Dr. Mark Method has just opened. In this 90-day certification program, I'm going to give you all the science that you need to know to be able to transform your nutrition clients. But not only that, I'm gonna give you a complete nutrition coaching system. So you'll know exactly what you need to do to coach clients, plus the opportunity to test it out through working with actual people all through the program. Plus how to market and sell your coaching services so you know how to get clients and how to make money. Give me just 90 days and you'll have all of this set up, plus your first paying client. Or I'll work with you until you do. That's my promise to you. Space is limited for this world-class opportunity. You can take the first step in applying for the program by going to the first link in the description below. But act fast because these spaces do go fast. So check it out. But in my opinion, what you want to look for in a nutrition certification is this. Number one, the science of nutrition built on evidence-based material that's constantly updated because the science does evolve, but it's also validated through working with real, actual people. But number two, you also want to consider the delivery. Is it a self-guided course? Is it completely online? Is it work at your own pace? Is it cohort style? Do you have access to live seminars or mentors? Ideally, you want to match this up with your learning style. Number three, time frame and cost. In my experience, you're either going to pay with time or with money. Certifications that have no time frames typically take you longer to do versus programs that have time frames that keep you accountable and pushing through. Most courses, which are going to be knowledge-based and don't give you the opportunity to talk to anyone, are typically going to be between $250 to $1,000, where programs that are delivered by instructors or mentors can range anywhere between $2,000 to $8,000. Number four, what can you do? Again, to me, this is the most important thing. I know so many people, myself included, that spend hundreds of hours and thousands of dollars on certifications that just teach them things. Personally, I don't want a certification just for the piece of paper. I want to be able to do something. So do I want to just learn more about basic nutrition? Or do I want to learn how to coach others and how to create a coaching system and know exactly what I need to do to turn this into a business? There are many good certifications out there, but you want to find the best one to address your own situation. At this point, you might be wondering, what's the difference between a nutrition coach and other professionals, like nutritionists and dietitians? Now, there's a lot of misinformation out there about what a nutrition coach actually does. As a nutrition coach, you are not providing medical therapy, meaning you're not diagnosing a disease or specifically telling someone how to manage that disease. You're not giving them exactly what to eat through things like a meal plan. You're not calling yourself or misrepresenting yourself as something that you're not, like a registered dietitian. But outside of that, you are the most powerful weapon that someone's going to have on their health journey. You're teaching them how to eat and how to build skills they need to reach specific goals, many of which are related to body composition, like losing fat and gaining muscle, but also improving overall health as well as athletic performance. And quite frankly, this is the stuff you want to be helping people with anyway because it's easier to execute on. This is a service that many people want because they haven't been successful with it on their own, and they're willing to pay for because you're going to help them do it much faster. Speaking of willing to pay for, let's talk about how much money can a nutrition coach make. How much you charge and how you set up your business is completely up to you, but here's, in my opinion, the best practice. I've seen other certifications talk about how much you should charge per hour or per session, but that's based on a counseling model that, to be completely honest, is outdated, out of touch, and doesn't really work for anyone. Oh, don't do that. Here's what you should do. Package your coaching into a monthly coaching rate or service. You're gonna charge monthly for your coaching, which is gonna include weekly check-ins with you. I'll teach you how to do this in a minute, but for now, how much do you charge? The average rate for a nutrition coach is gonna be between $150 to $200 for a completely beginner coach per month. Moving up, we have between $200 to $350 per month for a more intermediate coach, and $350 to $600 per month for a high-ticket specialized coach. These are average prices though, and price can be very subjective. Additionally, many coaches will sell their coaching in time frame packages or part of a signature program. Let's say 3, 6, or 12 months at a discount when your client pays in full. This type of commitment is necessary for long-term progress anyway. Those type of changes don't happen in a month. But many part-time and full-time coaches that are working with anywhere between 20 to 50 paying nutrition clients per month can be making between $5,000 to $20,000 per month delivering one-on-one nutrition coaching. And some recent surveys have shown that out of all the health specialties, nutrition coaches are making the most. And this includes things like physios, strength coaches, and even chiropractors. Nutrition coaches are making the most money. But to do it well, you need to do it right. So let's talk about how to deliver this service. What separates nutrition coaching from other nutrition services is the delivery. Most nutrition coaches aren't sitting someone down and telling them everything they need to know about what they eat. Nutrition coaching is about delivering key nutrition information in a way that the client can apply, stick with, and achieve a result. This is what coaching is all about. Think about soccer, for example. If you show up at soccer practice, during that first practice, your coach doesn't tell you everything you need to know about the history of soccer. You do a few drills, you start playing, and you address the rest as you go. How this looks in nutrition coaching is this. You start with an assessment that shows a client what is holding them back from reaching their goals. Then you set them up on an initial plan around what needs to happen to reach the result that they want. And then the coaching is carried out through future correspondence, with adjustments being made and tracking of progress. And typically this happens at the weekly check-in. Every 7 days on a pre-scheduled day. For example, many coaches are going to schedule their check-ins on Mondays. The nutrition coach is going to collect some predetermined data like body weight averages over the week so they can assess some trends and track progress and collect feedback from the client on how they're experiencing things and how things are going. They also measure adherence, which is how well the client is sticking to the plan. And from there, they're going to make adjustments to the plan. And sometimes this can be adjustments to food levels, more food, less food, coming from specific areas. Most coaches aren't going to make these changes too frequently because their client needs some time to put it into action and to see if it's working. What's going to happen most times is the coach is going to keep things the same and make different suggestions or introduce different habits so the client has an easier time sticking to the plan and therefore getting better results, or starts building the lifelong skills that they need to execute through time. This is the art of nutrition coaching. Getting a client to stick to things, motivating them, and delivering information in a bite-sized fashion. And that's it, folks. To become a nutrition coach, you need the right science and coaching systems to apply what you know, delivered in a way that the client can understand, so that they're excited about a service that they want and that they'll pay for. All of which is driven by your passion for nutrition and helping people so you can make money on your own terms. If you're looking for a certification that'll help you get there, look no further. Check out the Dr. Mark method in the description below. Now, if you're really serious about starting a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'm gonna have you do is check out this video I've linked over right here. Let's talk more about this check-in process because your success as a nutrition coach is gonna depend on it. So make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video.